For months, stages in the UK have been empty. From theatres to museums and galleries, the arts and culture industry collapsed with the outbreak of coronavirus. Holly Beasley-Garrigan is a respected performer with more than a decade in the business. She went from actor to cleaner, swapping the stage for a hospital for now at least, and is retraining as a health professional.
I had a big Arts Council bid in, and the whole year was gearing towards redeveloping this solo show and then performing it in Edinburgh and then going on to tour and developing new work and all of those things that come with that, and then that all got cancelled.
The much-hyped government bailout of the arts in July promised the biggest ever one-off investment in UK culture and support when it was needed most. But most involved are still weeks, if not months away from seeing any money, according to recently published funding criteria. For those who rely on live performances to make a living, the industry is operating at a fraction of its previous capacity. Across the UK, some indoor performances have been allowed since the 15th of August, but with all audience members having to maintain social distancing, theatres are operating at a vastly reduced capacity, and many say that just isn't financially viable. For more than 200 years, the Theatre Royal in Bath has been hugely popular with locals and tourists alike. But with no return to past normality in sight, they're now having to rethink their future.
If we do plays, we do big glossy productions with big stars, the tickets are expensive, and we need a high capacity. There's a whole other range of theatre which is smaller cast plays, not necessarily big expensive stars, not necessarily with lavish scenery, that are perfectly wonderful evenings in the theatre, and I believe our audience would rather have shows like that than no shows at all.
Here outside the Tate Modern, protesters are fighting for their jobs over plans by Tate Enterprises, Tate's commercial subsidiary, to cut more than 300 posts.
The bailout funding that government gave to the cultural sector, we understand Tate is receiving $7 million of that. We're asking for 10%. We know it won't save all of our jobs, but what it does is it doesn't allow the cuts to be so deep. If that money isn't enough, then they should be more vocal in asking the government for more money in order to save jobs as well.
In a statement, Tate Enterprises said they have worked hard to keep as many jobs as possible, but said the job cuts are necessary because of the loss of revenue during lockdown and the dramatic drop in footfall in our galleries since reopening. With thousands of potential redundancies having already been announced, many fear thousands more in the coming weeks.